just don't feel like full toy line resurgences dedicated to vintage girl toys can happen. Hey everyone, I'm Lauren Stone with Toy Wizards, that's toy-wizards.com, and I'm here for a retro toy conversation and a retro toy review. Somewhat retro, you'll see what I'm getting at. There's been a topic that's been kind of brainstorming in me for quite some time now, and I think it's time to have that discussion. With the number of, and I hate gendering things, by the way, but I'm going to use the phrase boy toys and girl toys in this video. Girl toy line, boy toy line. With the number of boy toy lines being reinvigorated for the adult collectors market, I can't help but kind of think about and notice and wonder why the same treatment is not brought to girl collectibles. And I think at the end of the day, in a nutshell, the short answer is that the female or girl toy interested collector's market is grossly underestimated and will continue to be grossly underestimated. I hope that discussions like this kind of bring it to the forefront and maybe help toy manufacturers realize that there is a market for proper revivals of classic franchises, but you'll see what I'm getting at as we go on. This really comes from seeing the revival of the He-Man toys. This is vintage Evil-Lyn. I love you guys you guys saw my Evil-Lyn video. I love Evil-Lyn. The revival of the Masters of the Universe origin toy line, no, it's not verbatim the vintage toy line, but it is done in the same vein, and it's really an homage to that toy line, to classic He-Man, Masters of the Universe. We have things like Ghostbusters Plasma series. No, this did not exist in the 80s. The Kenner vintage ones did. The Real Ghostbusters that just came out, we got a vintage, the full line of those, and that was really, really cool. With the exception of a few anniversary toys, I just don't feel like full toy line resurgences dedicated to vintage girl toys can happen in our environment. And this was further spurred, I found this online. This came out last year, actually. This is an Amazon exclusive Polly Pocket 30th anniversary, and we can crack this open. 30th anniversary Polly Pocket. Polly Pocket's actually a toy line that never died. It's continued to be made for the current little girl market, and it's larger, it's more like a purse. Some of them even have straps. I'll show you pictures. I wrote an article about it. Polly Pocket really never left. She continued to evolve. My Little Pony is a perfect example. That's a toy line that evolved for the current children's market, and that's great. It's not for the collector's market, though. Another case in point is Strawberry Shortcake. That poor toy. I don't collect Strawberry Shortcake. She's a little before my time. My older sisters liked her. The show didn't appeal to me. Like, I had Rainbow Bright. We'll talk about Rainbow Bright. I have tons of Rainbow Bright next to me. But I had Rainbow Bright, and that was a magical girl story that was so exciting that by the time I tried to go back to Strawberry Shortcake, like, there was nothing there for me. All of this excitement was done in Rainbow Bright. I just absolutely loved her. The resurgence of these boy toys, again, G.I. Joe Classified is another one. You have those same characters that were huge in the 80s that adult male collectors are, you know, they love those characters. They're staples. Duke, Baroness, Roadblock, Scarlet, Cobra Commander, Destro, like all the dudes. And those characters are now being remade into that 6-inch form. We have the retro line coming up at some point. So, you know, those toys, it's not just a singular anniversary toy. It's a resurgence of a toy line. So back to Strawberry Shortcake, that poor toy is on her next reincarnation. That is a character that has just been continued to evolve for the current little girl market, okay? So Strawberry Shortcake looks insane at this point. Like, her face has been torn off and put back on. Her dress has been exchanged for jeans, which then evolved into a different sort of dress. Her trademark kind of curly, puffy 80s red hair got straightened. That huge hat turned into a different hat, and now it's a different hat. It is just absolutely bonkers what's going on with Strawberry Shortcake. I don't know any little girls in my life who play with Strawberry Shortcake today. Little girls that I know love My Little Pony, Peppa Pig, LOL. Descendants is big with little girls. Some girls like Barbies, and then like my daughter likes some of my vintage toys, so she's really into things like my Glamour Gals. We talked about this in my video about girl toys. I'll link that one. It was just a different conversation using some of the same toys. So things like 3 3/4 inch, 4-inch, Dazzle, and Glamour Gals, like toys like these obviously don't need to come back. This is a very expired aesthetic. Girls, the toys don't look like this anymore, and that's okay. Things are allowed to evolve. So there's no reason to bring back things like Dazzle or Glamour Gals because things don't look like this anymore. Most specifically, we're going to look here, I have all these old She-Ra toys. These are, 5-inch scale, 5 or 6-inch scale. You look at toys like She-Ra, and we have a She-Ra revival. We have Netflix She-Ra, and Mattel released an entire line of those 12-inch Barbie-style dolls. So again, toys that have been reinvented for the modern little girl market, modern kid market. But the only way that She-Ra can exist in this form is when, toys come out from PowerCon that are, again, aimed toward the adult male collector. So you have 12-inch Starburst She-Ra. You had the 6-inch Starburst She-Ra. There was MOTU She-Ra in 2016. That is how classic She-Ra can exist, aimed toward the adult collector. Okay, so again, these won't come back for children the way MOTU Origins is pretending that it's coming back for children, but it's not coming back for children. It's back for the adult collector. And again, we have things like G.I. Joe Classified and Ghostbusters Plasma, which these toys did not exist, but it's an example of a toy line coming back, resurging, a whole line, not a singular anniversary figure, but a whole toy line coming back for the sake of the adult collector. All right, so here's my favorite example. People ask me all the time, what toy line would you bring back? Golden Girl, dude. Golden Girl. Warrior Babes. These were Galoob toys. Gaudy makeup. Thick, strong bodies. These legs are strange and rubbery. The articulation is very specific. We have Golden Girl. We have She-Ra. Okay, she's bigger than her, and they're warriors. These are magical chicks. Look at that. It's like she's like cobra on her chest, but it's a skull. I adore these dolls. They're strong. Their makeup is fantastic, but because, in my opinion, because there is no adult male collectible market attached to them, they won't ever come back. And you know what? Hasbro does buy up some of old Galoob properties, Micro Machines, case in point, Micro Machines, but Golden Girl will never, I don't think Golden Girl will ever come back. Similarly, I would love to see a resurgence of Spectra. To me, I've talked about Spectra before. These are alien robot girls, but in all of the evolution of, Barbie style dolls, why can't we have Spectra? And I don't even need her in this 12-inch scale. We could do 6-inch. We could do 6-inch with the same metallic, an homage, a throwback line, or just the toy coming back in and of itself. It doesn't have to be under the guise of the anniversary. My Little Pony has, of course, continued to evolve. Friendship is Magic is huge. Hasbro has released some anniversary ponies. So I'm not trying to say this never happens, but it's one and done. It's always one and done. And going back to Polly Pocket with this 30th anniversary, last year. I didn't hear anything about it. And I don't know if that is a problem with Amazon not touting their exclusive hard enough. There have been a couple of Amazon exclusives that I've missed last year, even though I have my fingers to the pulse of toy news. I didn't hear anything of this until a Toy Wizards contributor let me know that this exists. It's on Amazon now. I'll, put a link in the description. I don't want to be, that person, but I can't help but feel that this slipped right under the radar because it's not aimed toward the adult male collector. Even Rainbow Brite. Rainbow Brite is a badass, and I'll tell you why. So this is the original Rainbow Brite doll. This is the original 8-inch Rainbow Brite doll. Vintage. Here she is. Here is the original, gosh, I don't know how big this is, 15 inches. This is the original Rainbow Brite, 1983 Rainbow Brite dolls, okay? And these are beautiful, and I adore them. They are gorgeous. These are gorgeous, and I love them. So we have Rainbow Brite. Remember, with these dolls, I'll show you real quick, came all of the color kids. With this doll came Twink. With this doll came Starlight in this scale. So it was a whole world. We have Murky and Lurky. Murky's actually in the cabinet somewhere. Murky and Lurky. All the characters came with this, okay? So it was all a big encompassing world. Moving into 1996, I'm going to show you a picture of this toy. 1996, Rainbow Brite was redesigned, and it was weird. Come 2009, Rainbow Brite was redesigned again, and she was tried to be pushed onto the current little girl market. It didn't work. They released Rainbow Brite, Tickled Pink, and Moonglow. And Tickled Pink and Moonglow were added later. Tickled Pink showed up in the movie, and then she was in season 2 of Rainbow Brite, and Moonglow showed up in season 2 toward the end of the series run. So we have those toys. They didn't stick. That upsetting 2014 web cartoon for Rainbow Brite showed up. I don't think any toys were even made of that. It was such an insult. And then the comic book series showed up last year, and again, no toys were made from that. It was another big insult. But what did show up in 2017 were actually these dolls made in these are from Hallmark, and they're made in the style of the vintage toys. Tickled Pink, Rainbow Brite. So these were not a big toy line. We had Twink, Starlight, Rainbow Brite, and Tickled Pink. They were the only ones released, and they were released at Hallmark stores. Hallmark owns Rainbow Brite. Okay, so that was awesome. I wouldn't count that as a vintage toy line resurgence, but it was a spontaneous release. It was not any sort of anniversary that I could tell. I'm thinking of the year 2017. That wouldn't be a 35th anniversary. That would not have been any anniversary of note. They came out because they came out. In 2011, this little surprise came out. I love this toy. So this is a Rainbow Brite done in the classic style. Last but not least, in 2018, these little bugs came out. These are from Hallmark's Itty Bitty line. Oops, you're backwards. These are from Hallmark's Itty Bitty line. And so in 2018, all of these came out. These at San Diego Comic-Con 2018. Starlight I found in my local drugstore. So you can imagine how I freak out screamed when I saw Starlight. I saw a Rainbow Brite toy at the drugstore. That is actually where I got this one too. It was at the drugstore. And then this Tickled Pink I ordered from Hallmark. You can only imagine, like when I saw Starlight in a drugstore, oh my God, I was hunting in that store all the time. It was absolutely nuts. You know, what is the bigger conversation here? This is really an opinion piece. It's an opinion piece to a larger conversation about a topic that means a lot to me. Going back to the thesis, can girl toys continue to exist in a world infiltrated by the adult collector's market? What do I want to see? I want to see Rainbow Brite as a 6-inch toy coming out with all of her friends, with the villains, the whole shebang. I want to see Moon Dreamers. I will never see Moon Dreamers on the shelves again. Those toys won't come back. I want to see Golden Girl, that whole toy line. I would would love to see Lady Lovely Locks. I love that toy. I'll show a picture. I don't have any. We had some as kids. They're all gone. So I would adore to see Lady Lovely Locks on shelves revamped, either anniversary, but more predictably, if they were to come back, they would come back for, you know, the current children's market, which is fine. Toys are for kids. But in a climate where we're seeing just more and more and more of these my childhood revivals, Sectors came back from Zika Toys. We see more and more and more of these boy toys coming back. Nostalgia's bringing back boy toys. What is going on with girl toys that they can't come back with full revivals? And if they do come back, they tend to come back with a makeover for the current child climate, for the current little girl, I'll just say. So that's just sort of the conversation I wanted to have here. I thought it was an interesting topic, and really it came from a discussion. Somebody had messaged me and they said to me, can you write a top 10 girls toy line article? Like something from, you know, like top 10 80s toys. And I'm like, that's tired. Like we've seen that before. And so now I don't want to have that simple conversation of these are toys I loved, but more like, why can't these toys come back? Let's take a look, before we wrap up, let's take a look at Polly Pocket 30th anniversary and see how she compares to my memory of Polly Pocket. I liked Polly Pocket as a kid. I thought she was fun. I was surprised by how much enjoyment I had with like itsy bitsy toys. I never lost any Polly Pocket, and I stayed engaged. Oh, look, celebrating 30 years of Polly Pocket. We have a little book. Oh, look, it does really show the history and the different play sets. That is awesome. 93, 94, 95. That is so cool. This one is supposed to be based off a 1989 kit. And what I appreciate, and you guys will get to take a look at this, what I do appreciate is this very late 80s, early 90s sparkles in the paint. Everything was like that. Do you guys remember when caboodles and those, like, what would you call a caboodle? It's just a caboodle. Yeah, my sister had a caboodle. Both of my older sisters had caboodles, and they stored things in them. I don't know, friendship bracelet makings. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this Polly Pocket is actually wearing a skirt. That, I hope that does not get lost. That is a little fabric skirt. Does it come off? Oh my god, it comes off, dude. That's not gonna last. And this itsy bitsy little teddy bear. Okay, that's what comes in here. Inside, we have this gift box that opens. We have a table, a dining room area. We have a buffet table. We have, I don't even know what that's supposed to be. It's a party, so we have presents, seating areas. I would have made just the most involved games in this. Bedroom, everything decorated for a party. We have a DJ booth. Does this spin? No, we have a DJ booth. Polly Pocket can stand in there. There's all these little holes where Polly can stand. That's always been part of the gimmick. So I remember this being easier. There we go. Like old junky shaky hands. Let's make the bear the DJ. And there's Polly Pocket. See, we need more friends though. So she's sitting at the table and she's all alone. Here's the point where she is. She's so small. There's a toilet. My daughter will love making her pee. Kids love pee and poop, I'm telling you. Kids are nuts with the peeing and the pooping. There she is in her bed. She's so tired after this party. She can stand. Oh my gosh. Her skirt's falling off. What kind of Polly? This is one heck of a party. She can stand on this little circle right here, I think. I feel like the ease of use was better when I was a kid. I'll stick her in the present. Oh my god, her skirt fell off and she's in a cake. Help. Best party ever. Yes. So this is cute. I'm seriously gonna like show my daughter. We're gonna play with it. I'm gonna get this girl to keep her skirt on. Oh my gosh. Ms. Polly, I don't know what's happening with you. What sort of Polly? Yeah, super fun. Does the door, oh my god. I would make her walk up to the door and I would open the door and have like Cinderella fantasies. So this is love. Yeah, between the toilet and the dancing, I'm all set. This is a cool party. Yeah, I want to see how my daughter plays with this, so I'll probably have her play with it and be like, hey, you're a modern little girl. You play with this and tell me how it's going. I got the bear stuck. Okay. Gosh, there we go. All right, sit down and eat your food. Eat the food. All right, guys. So that's really all I have for you here. I just wanted to have a conversation about girl toys, how they exist currently, who they're aimed for, vintage toys, can they come back the way we remember them? Is there a bias that the girls market is constantly underestimated? I really think it is. I think that the male collector market is so, and I don't mean this with any disrespect, but so loud as a group that I think the girl market is, again, underestimated, which is sad because statistics show that little girls play with toys more than little boys do, but men collect toys more than women do, or the things we collect are different. And, you know, when you ask guys, from my experience, what do you collect? All the same notes are kind of hit. MOTU, G.I. Joe, Masks, Sectors, Transformers, Power Rangers. There's just kind of a lot of the same over and over again, which is fine. Like, that's what you love, that's what you collect, that was your childhood. But I think that for the girls market, we can just have something a little different. So let's open this dialogue. If there's enough conversation, I would love to do, we're going to do a part 2 of this and just kind of a build upon it about girls' toys, the girls' collectors market. And I would love to make this a thing. So thank you guys again for your time. I'm Lauren Stone with Toy Wizards. That's toy-wizards.com. Stick with us and check the site daily for toy news, reviews, articles, listicles, snarkticles, editorials, opinion pieces, and everything you can want in toy collecting and the toy industry. So be safe, be good, be happy, be awesome, and I will catch you soon. All right? Take care. Bye. Yeah, between the toilet and the dancing, I'm all set. This is a cool party.